Alright, another Mobile Legends lore. Now, next for Necrocup champion, Faramis. I've done making Leomord and Vexana's lore. Come free to watch that cause it's related to the story. And this channel also have different hero story ready to watch. And if you want to know more about the story behind ML heroes, consider subscribing, it will be a huge help. And let's get into it. Faramis, the soul binder, a necromancer in Necrocup, was determined to find cure for the mist. In the Monian Empire, there is skilled old man, popular for his skill in curing illnesses. He combined magic and medicine, developed cures for many incurable diseases. He became popular with his techniques, healing for everyone. Oh shit! And royalties take a liking to his family. You are diabetic, sir. Well job noticing that. And this talented family of physicians served the nobles of Monian Empire, hands-on to take care for any illnesses of these rich peoples. Faramis is a child belonged to this household of physicians and inherited same skills as his grandfather. But the feats of his family was not enough for them to be respected by other nobles. Only see them a mere servant with some special medical skills. But health is wealth, right? Young Faramis, for this reason, was often bullied and ridiculed. Some human vaccine or Sinovac child or walking injection, great man, katak TGP, mercury drugs. At a banquet, boys back at it again, beat the crap out of boy Faramis. What did he ever do to you guys? He was left on the ground of back garden, fainted. When he regained his consciousness, he saw a highborn girl half knelt by his side, giving him medicine. That was the only time young Faramis had received a kindness from his peers. The encounter, despite being brief, it was like a ray of sunshine into his gloomy life. A small act of kindness, and he would carry it for the rest of his life. He's just like me for real. Frail and sickly from birth, Faramis was malnourished. Despite born in medical job household, he experienced near-death experiences several times and only survived thanks to his parents' meticulous treatment. Faramis had endured such unbearable weight from early age. He detested weakness that wore his body down. His hatred turned into obsession as he grew up. Experienced pain and suffering, he felt guilt to those who died from illness or even in battle. Faramis vowed to never let a single soul waste away, to conquer death and decide life in his own hands. He was hesitant to serve the royalties as his family did. He found the royalties' minor illness extremely boring and overacting behavior wanted nothing to do with this hypocritical rich people. He yearned to challenge a complex, intractable disease, to bring his skills to heights no other physician had ever reached before. You know, disease that is real deal, a huge threat to human living. Hepatitis, Ebola, malaria, tuberculosis, HIV, AIDS, and most importantly, teenage pregnancy. Faramis, with goal in mind, left Lumina City and embarked on his quest alone, solving one after another inexplicable disease, using ancestral stuff, magic, and medicine along the way. This not out of responsibility of a physician, but to explore the possibility to cure the epidemic that haunts humanity for the longest of time. Degeneracy. I mean that. Upon learning about the incident of Necrocup, Faramis believed that he found the perfect integration of life and death. He headed to the fortress right away, searching for the cause of undead and necromancy. Protected by his ancestral staff, Faramis found himself immune to the curse that plagued the city. He walked through crowds of desolated residents and come upon Duchess Vexana, ruler of the ruined fortress. She was brewing and handling out the Moonlight Brew, remedy made of moonlight grass that was said to be cure for this erosion of the mist. The residents held on tight to the Moonlight Brew, caressing their cups as if they were prize gems. Faramis this all but a show, that the life-saving medicine could do nothing to ease their torment. All a blunt lie. She was only putting on an act, ignorant and hypocritical as other nobles. However, he saw Vexana approaching him quickly. "Here, this is for you," Vexana said as she laid a cup of Moonlight Brew into his hands, without second thought. Stunned, Faramis felt his heart warmed by the Duchess' words. It was equal to giving up a hope of life to him. The hypocrite really wanted to save everyone. Looking at the noble lady in a new perspective, Faramis reminisced his brief encounter with this kind girl in his childhood. The mist was nothing like the incurable disease Faramis had encountered before. After many attempts, he finally made a breakthrough by infusing magic into the herbs. With every progress he made, he used his own body as a test subject. Except his frail body couldn't handle much of these experiments, and soon he felt side effects. probably explosive diarrhea, and eventually failing faint in his laboratory. Lying on the cold floor, Faramis felt his life draining out of him, but he tried to get up, but his consciousness gradually fading. He opened his eyes forcefully, but he saw a young lady leaning over. "That should have been me, not him!" She dropped a bitter liquid into his mouth. With his mind in haste, Faramis flashed back with memory of the girl in the garden. With a strange familiar face, Faramis recognized that she was the very same noble girl who had helped him back then. The girl who had brought light to his childhood had come to his aid again. Faramis found himself smitten with the young lady who saved him from darkness twice. She was the only person who had never given up, except from his parents. As soon as Faramis recovered, Vexana urged him to leave the palace, saying it was dangerous for a living person to stay longer in Necrokeep. The mist was starting to overpower his enchanted staff. If he stayed any longer, he would soon meet a fate like them. Faramis said not a word, his eyes fixated on the moonlight grass and the fading staff in his hands. It was time for him to leave, but when he stood in front of the gate and saw the first smile in Vexana's face, he found himself unable to live like this. He could not give up the young lady who had brought light and warmth twice to his life. He had made his choice. He would stay in Necrokeep and finish the task yet to be done. Faramis let go of the protection of his staff, finally basking in the light of the mist. His skin turned sallow and pale, and yet he felt no fear. He knew he could conquer the scourge, and to do so, to uncover the secrets of life and death, he must experience the curse for himself. Turning undead wasn't all that horrible as Faramis had expected. In the eyes of others, his body was weak and lifeless, but he saw the other side of immortality. Now in his undead form, he would never experience exhaustion. From the day Faramis came to Necrokeep, Leomord felt unease from this uninvited guest and watched him day and night and every moment of his research on the cure of the mist. But decades had since passed. Leomord came to understand, like him, this physician would also sacrifice everything to save Vexana and the people of Necrokeep. Faramis spent his nights studying the mist. From time to time, he would look up at the inky blackness above Necrokeep. There was no moon or star, only impenetrable fog that forever shrouded the fortress. It somehow resembled the night sky back home. But Faramis never yearned for his old life in Lumina City. He finally found purpose in experiments. His quest to conquer death was nearing to completion. This time, it was his turn to pull Vexana out of the misery she was in. And yes, that's how Faramis became Faramis. The end.